Good evening, guys. Hello and welcome back once again to a Monday evening of racing with me, your boy Vexed, and the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. This is Season 18, Round 6 now, so only 3 rounds to go. After 3 rounds, we got BX Royal still at the top of the stands with 139 points. Racing Green hot on his heels though, there's only a 2-point lead there with 137 points. Zico also in the run-in with 135 points. Then we've got Yannick in 4th place on 110 points, so he's 25 points behind Zico. Then we have Viking Dog in 5th now with 110 points, so he's tied with Yannick at the moment. Kellen in 6th with 91. We've got Capel in 7th with 90. Alessandro's in 8th with 81 points. We've got CMP in 9th with 72. Anonymous in 10th with 37 points. We've got Astra in 11th with 36. Tied with Perry in 12th with 36 points. Also Ration has 34 points. He's in 13th. We've got Tintin in 14th with 23 points. Palito's in 15th with 16. Then we have Lattice, who's picked up 13 points. Iggy, currently sat in 17th on 10 points. And obviously he's not been in for another race, so maybe we'll see some returning faces tonight. We've got Coleman, Eric Slim, present this evening. He's in the, it looks like the Ferrari. Is that the Ferrari? It's not a Ferrari, it's the Corvette. So he's going to be getting some points for the Corvette this evening. But very, very close indeed at the top of the standings, the top 3. It could go any which way. I think it's going to be a battle up to the final round, which in previous seasons has actually been sewn up a round or 2 before. So yeah, kudos to these guys. They're actually like so close this season. I hope Auto Ration has a bit of a better run this evening. I think he just got caught up in a few shenanigans last week at Road Atlanta. How many do we have at the moment? So we've got 13 drivers at the moment. I would assume we'll have 15 before the race starts or before qualifying starts. Qualifying will start in approximately 2.5 minutes. That would be 8 PM, depending on where you are in the world. So yeah, Le Mans, hopefully we're going to see some decent racing tonight, but once you lose that slipstream, sometimes quite hard to get back into the tow, and the cars ahead can sometimes disappear off into the sunset. But hopefully we're going to have some close racing. We had some really, really close battles last week. I think the top 3 managing to get the rest of the field, but there were some very, very good moves being made throughout the field. That can be a tricky track, Road Atlanta, to get overtakes done. There's only a few solid opportunities that aren't too sketchy. Whereas Le Mans is quite a wide track, so you can get quite a few, well, you can give plenty of space through the corners. You can probably go side by side through most. Are we going to see some weather come into play this evening? You can see in this practice session it does look very cloudy indeed, so you never know, rain may become a factor. We haven't had any wet races so far this season. And we are at the infamous Circuit de la Surf. So as I say, Eric Slim, Jay Coleman making an appearance this evening in the Corvette. He did win a season or 2 ago, I believe. Got quite a few Tier 1 champions in the lobby. Viking Dog Zico, obviously your current tier 1 reigning champion. BX Royal's got a couple under his belt now. I think Viking Dog's got a couple under his belt, and I think I can hear rain. Yeah, it's definitely starting to rain around the track. There's people out on fresh softs. Maybe it's just going to be a passing shower. Who else? I think some of the other guys maybe yet to win their first one, but we have got some very, very fast guys indeed. Welcome along, Areas Gaming. Nice to have you on board. Zico's just reset back to the grid. Hope you're doing alright, buddy. Looking forward to a Monday evening of racing. Tintin looks like he started to get to grips with that Peugeot now. Maybe he's going to be able to pick some better points up this evening. A little bit of a shaky start to the season, and we are into the final 3 rounds. So you never know, he might be able to assist his teammate Racing Green in securing some good points in the Constructors. So we've had the message from BX, they're starting soon, so I'm going to presume... Oh, we've got 15. We have actually got 15 drivers, so yeah, that's all good. Lattice, obviously making his debut last week. JR Lattice, or Junior Lattice. Lattice Junior. In the Mercedes AMG. Alessandro, obviously in the M6. So we go down through the cars anyway, once they're all on track and on their outlaps in qualifying. Viking Dog going backwards through that turn there. It's quite impressive. So we will find BX Royal. As he leads the procession through the first lap of the evening. Obviously the out lap for qualifying. Or if we're going to see anybody trying to struggle to try and get some heat in them tyres. Obviously a very long lap around Circuit de la South, not quite as long as the Nordschleife, but although it doesn't look like it has that many corners, it can be very testing on the tyres. So we'll have a look what everybody's driving anyway. So we've got BX Royal, he's in the Aston, or he's in the Jaguar. He's in the Jaguar, he's in the Aston last season. He's in the F-Type. Then we have Alessandro in the M6. We've got Coleman, Eric Slim in the Corvette. We've got Lattice in that Mercedes AMG. Kellen obviously in the McLaren 650S. We've got Racing Green in the Peugeot RCZ. We've Viking Dog in the Mazda RX Vision. Yannick is in the Porsche 911 GT3. We've got Perry in the second of the 2 McLarens, Zico there in the second of the 2 Mazdas, Walter Ration in the second of the 2 BMWs, the M6s, CMP in the Lexus, followed by his teammate in the second of the 2 Lexi, Anonyma in the second Jaguar, and Tintin bringing up the rear there in the Peugeot. So yeah, very long lap this one. Not really a lot to commentate on at the moment because everybody's just going to be preserving their tyres as they come up to the end of the first flying lap. Oof. BX with an adventurous line there, managing not to pick up a penalty, but he got very, very squirrely on the power. Managed to keep the car hooked up though. Alessandro had a better exit. Yeah, everybody's still in procession, still in formation. May as well have called the formation lap. So everybody trying to keep relative distance from the car ahead so as not to be hampered on their first flying lap. Although it does look like the two Lexus Capel getting very, very close indeed to CMP. Or at least he looked like he was. Looked like maybe he was trying to push him along the straight. Maybe these two are going to work together around here. You can get a very good bump draft along the straights, which can help out in the race. It's not going to help out in qualifying too much. We're going to assume as CMP lets Capel through. Or does he? No, he actually hasn't. So just toying with each other at the moment. Hopefully they're not going to hamper each other come their first flying lap. I would assume that Capel will probably back off towards the end of this lap. So as not to put his teammate under too much pressure and to obviously hamper himself, because he'd have to get the move done if he's the faster car. He's actually choosing to stay behind, so maybe he's going to back off a little bit here. No, in fact, sticking well with CMP at the moment. So this will be their first flying lap. Anonymous just coming over the start finish, as is Tintin. Alessandro some way back now. He did maybe pull out the pit. Oh, in fact, no, he's behind BX, who came out first. And Coleman some way down the order as well. So we'll go on board with BX now. He'll be the first person, or he is the first person on a flying lap. Everybody obviously on their first one now. Nearly 4 minutes a lap. Is this essentially going to be a one-shot? I'm not too sure, unless we're going to have 15 minutes of qualifying. But it is normally 10, so we're halfway through now, so this would essentially be the only fast lap they get to do. Unless they cross the start-finish before the 10 minutes. Which, to be fair, they might get to do so. At least the guys at the front should. Racing Green has picked up half a second's penalty on his flying lap. That's not going to help him too much. Maybe he's going to get to do a second lap, but yeah, he's going to have to try and save them tyres now, if that is what he's going to do. He's going to be kicking himself. It's not what he wanted. And for some reason, Alessandro's showing that he's in 14th, but he's actually in between Racing Green and BX Royal, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. He's definitely behind BX at the moment. Nobody's put in a fast lap yet. BX slowly on the final approach to the final sector now. Just around this right-hander. Be the final split before the start finish. So 3:24.996 when he passed that split. So can he get the rest of this lap hooked up? He's got it through there very nicely indeed. I think it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a respectable time from BX Royal. As he crosses the start finish, he's through the final chicane now, the bus stop. twin bus stop. Crosses the line, and it is at 3:58.6. Where does Alessandro go? Will he go behind him? He should go behind him for the minute. Oh, still not on a timed lap, so that was why. Alessandro only just come out of the pits. Viking Dog goes up into provisional second place with a 3:59.2. I think we saw a 3:57 possibly from Viking in practice. But I think this will be the only other lap they get to do. A Lattice there with a 1 second's worth of penalty, so he's not going to be improving this time round. And I think he might have had his lap invalidated as well. I think lap 2 he invalidated. That's where he's picked up that penalty, so he's going to be finishing towards the back of the pack, you would presume, once Coleman actually gets a lapping, because Coleman also on his first flying lap. So maybe some of the guys are opting to leave the pits later on, so the track sort of warms up a bit more before they do their first push lap. But we are coming up to the end of qualifying now, I believe. Oh, Kellen with half a second there as well. So at the moment, still BX Royal on pole, provisional pole position with a 3:58.691. He's actually purple through that sector as well by 3/10, almost 4. He's actually, it looks like he's pulled out. He pulled quite far away from Alessandro. Alessandro was quite considerably closer before, and it is indeed the final lap. So I think that's why we saw some of the guys waiting in the pits, trying to preserve their tyres till the track had ramped up a bit, until they did their push lap. But BX Royal at the moment looks like he's going to do all right. I would presume the people behind him are also improving on their lap times. Tyres are definitely going to be up to temperature now. He's still 2 temps up through that sector. But he is coming up to finish his final lap of this qualifying session. Alessandro is looking to improve. You can see him in the shot there. He's in 13th at the moment. Viking Dog is the closest person to BX Royal with 5 temps. He's 5 temps behind him at the moment. Oh, BX Royal, he's dropped a 10th through that last sector. Maybe them tyres starting to fade a little bit now. He was 3 temps up, wasn't he, through the first or the second? What can he do? Can he cement that pole position? And are we going to see Alessandro jump up into the top 8 as he comes across the line? Because he's going to come across the line behind BX Royal. BX Royal does improve 3:58.6. So he's improved by 8 hundredths. And Alessandro does move up into provisional 8th place. Viking Dog is coming up to finish a lap here. And he cements that 2nd place for the minute. He's only 3 temps off of BX. CNP with a lap there. CNP pushing Auto Ration along now. As that compromised him through this last sector. Is he going to get a good time? He's going to be able to cement that 4th place. So this may be... Yeah, Racing Green's slowing down now. I think the other cars behind... Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody on a fast... Oh, Anonyma. Maybe Anonyma was then, but he picked up a second's worth of penalty, I think, for riding the curb too much. So we'll have a quick look at your starting grid now. So BX Rule is going to start on pole with Viking Dog in second place. Zico's going to start in third, CMP in fourth, Capel will start in fifth, Yannick in sixth, Coleman in seventh, Kellen in eighth. We're going to have Alessandro starting in 9th place, Autoration in 10th, Perry in 11th, Tintin in 12th, Lattis in 13th, Anonymous in 14th, and Racing Green starts in 15th. That's totally random. Why? It says his fastest laps are 3:59, which is lower than them guys, but it must have been invalidated. So here we go. This is going to be at the first race of the evening. The sprint race is going to get underway. We're going to join the guys on track. Oh, wait. Oh, I think BX has to sort the grids. I think maybe there's been a glitch somewhere. Well, it looked like there was a glitch anyway when we first came into the lobby, wasn't it? Alessandro being behind BX there at the start. But then he came out late. I don't think he came out late either, did he? Or did he? I'm not too sure. Confusticating stuff. Let's have a look. Let's see if the grid order is being sorted. So BX on pole there. I think he may have just finished it. Yes, he's done it. Or has he? So I think we're going to wait for everybody to tick in, and then BX will be able to set the grid. And then we can join the guys on track for the first race of the evening. Obviously 15 minutes sprint race. Track limits can be fairly strict around here as well, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for them. So we're still waiting for somebody else to join. Who are we missing? We have Alessandro, Zico, Autoration, Tintin, Viking Dog, Kellen. Who are we missing? Oh, was it? No, it's not Coleman. No, don't know. I digress. While the grid's being sorted, we'll leave you on board with Viking Dog. In fact, we'll go on board with CMP as he's chasing down Viking Dog. Having a little practice squabble. How long are the softs going to last? I think the first race is probably going to be around about 3 laps. 3 to 4 laps, and then race 2 will be around 12 to 13. And there you go, Racing Green I think has rejoined the lobby. So we've got a message from BX Rule there, starting soon. The first race will get underway shortly. Hopefully we're not going to have any glitches come into the race. Viking Dog. So this is it. This is the first race of the evening. We are going to wait for the lights. Oh, somebody jump starts in the background there. That was one of the Lexuses. Was that Capel or was it CMP? Not too sure. I think it might have been Capel. So BX Royal gets a good getaway there. The two Mazdas fighting in the background as Racing Green tries to come around the outside of both of them. And there's a gaggle of cars behind as well. Capel says glitch in the chat. Oh, Capel's had a glitch. That's unfortunate, Capel. Capel find himself all the way down at the back now, I believe. Yeah, he's all the way down in 15th. Come on, Capel. You can get your head back in it, son. I don't think we can restart the race. Oh, it's Viking Dog and Zika. Oh, what the hell is... What is going on? Oh dear. So the lobby looks like it crashed. That isn't a great start to the evening. The Viking Dog says in the chat, we love PD. Yeah, polyphony. Seriously, like, why is there still glitches in the game 3.5, nearly 4 years into the life cycle? Like, what is going on? Oh, so Anonymous and Zico just out for a bit of a play. Viking Dog comes in. Gives him a love tap. CMP's decided he wants a bit of the action as well. Straight. Oh, and how did he get the penalty? Anyway, here we go. We go again. Season 18, round 6. This is Le Mans sprint race. Looks like everybody getting a good getaway there. Nobody having a glitch off the line. A few positions being shuffled in the background. Zico having to defend against Racing Green. Once again, Racing Green trying to go around the outside of both Mazdas. Viking Dog in second place there. Zico momentarily down to 4th. And then we've got a lot of argy-bargy in the background. So Racing Green is up into 3rd place. Zico is there in 4th. Then we have Coleman in 5th. We've got CMP in 6th. Capel now in 7th. Automation in 8th. Latters is 9th. We've got Kellen in 10th now. 3 wide behind between Yannick who gets out in 11th place there. Alessandro and Perry. But Alessandro now in 12th place. Anonymous wants a bit of the action as well. Anonymous trying to go to the inside now. No, he's had to sit back behind. Alessandro's going to get the better run. Is he coming onto the front straight? He's going to have the toe of the Porsche up ahead of Yannick. So we've got Anonymous now in 13th. Perry somehow has picked up 2 seconds worth of penalty. Then we've got Tintin in 15th, trying to make a move on Perry. Perry covers the inside. He's going to try and make a move on Anonymous. Who's going to be later on the brakes here? I think Tintin. Oh, Tintin's going to have a try and have a look up the inside as well. Is he? This is going to end in tears, surely. So side by side, plenty of room given there. I think Perry's going to come out ahead, and I think Anonymous maybe, or still side by side. Almost 3 wide then. So yeah, big fight going on at the back there. Perry's obviously going to drop behind both of these guys anyway once he serves that penalty. BX Royal now with a 6/10 gap over Viking Dog. Viking Dog who's being chased down by Racing Green. Racing Green in a Mazda sandwich at the moment. He's got Zico behind him, Viking Dog ahead. And all 3 of them chasing down BX Royal, and I think Zico, is he close enough to go for a move? No, but we can see the move being made there by Racing Green. He's going to pull out. He's going to be on the outside though for this next turn. Is Viking Dog going to keep his boot in? And he does. Better on the brakes there, but does Racing Green manage to find the better exit out of the turn? It looks like he's got really good momentum there. He's pulled alongside once again. Nothing that Zico can really do to aid his teammate at the moment. He's in the slipstream, but he's not pulling on him. And in fact, Zico, in terms of his championship efforts, he wants to try and finish ahead of Viking Dog. He needs maximum points on the table. The reigning Tier 1 champion chasing down the top three. And then we have CMP not far behind in 4th place. He's just lost the position over Coleman. Coleman goes up the inside there. What's CMP got? Can he make a return move? He's got a teammate not far behind there as well, Capel to back him up in 7th place. Then we have Kellen, followed by Lattis. We have Yannick, Auto Ration, and then a gap back to Tintin, who has managed to get a move done. He's got past Alessandro as well. Now Alessandro now in 13th place. Anonyma trying to push him along. I think he's trying to find a way past, isn't he? But unable to do so. I think when he pulls out, he just hits that brick wall, and the M6 just too good along the straights. Very strong car indeed. And then Perry now in 15th, 2.8 seconds off the back of these three. Last getting very close there to Kellen under braking, but they all came out of there okay. 2 Lexus 7th and 6th. Oh, so Racing Green has finally managed to get past Viking Dog. Viking Dog has dropped to 3rd place now. Racing Green is free to try and chase down BX Royal. He's crept up into that 5/10 margin. He's going to be picking up the slipstream, and it's going to be fairly strong at the moment. That's what he wants along the front straight. And it does look like maybe the 2 Mazda teammates having a little bit of a battle behind as well in 3rd and 4th. And who was that? Who picked up the penalty? That was Slim. Slim's picked up half a second. That's going to drop him in between, or maybe even behind the 2 Lexus. And BX Royal managing to stay ahead of Racing Green for the minute. But Racing Green just seemingly cuts away into that gap through the corners. What the Peugeot lacks on top end, it definitely makes up for in grip. So Racing Green with 5 temps over Viking Dog. Viking Dog trying to pull his teammate along now as well. Zico there in 4th place. See 5th place Slim actually not too far behind now, but he has got that half a second penalty, so as I say, I think that's going to drop him in between the 2 Lexus of CMP and Capel. But we're on board at the moment with Racing Green chasing down BX Royal. Racing Green has had some good finishes here in this season, and also last season as well, so looking to try and score maximum points. But he's got to try and get past BX first, who is also thirsty for the win. Oh, and his Racing Green spied his opportunity. BX covers off the inside there. No way for Racing Green to get a move done up the inside into that hard braking zone. Will he be able to get it done here? No, he's thought better of it on that occasion. Still putting the pressure onto BX up ahead though, as the 2 Mazdas are starting to close behind. And Racing Green hard on BX's gearbox, but just hasn't got the oomph to get past the Jaguar. Jaguar, seemingly an absolute powerhouse. There's only 2 temps between the top 2, and then 6 back to 3rd place. So the top 4 all within a second and a half. Of each other, and then the gap back to CMP now 2 seconds. But he's got a nice bit of breathing space over his teammate Capel, who's now 1.9 seconds behind. He's going to be trying to back these guys up though, Coleman, Karen, Yannick. And then a 1.4 second gap back to Lattis. We've got Autorati on there in 11th still, Alessandro 12th. He's made up a position, Tintin there in 13th now, Anonyma 14th, he's got a second's worth of penalty. And then Perry still trying to find his way back onto the pack. And that's kind of what happens when you lose the slipstream with the cars ahead. It can be quite hard to get back into it again. And BX Royal putting in the purple sector there. He's actually started to pull away a little bit from Racing Green. That gap is now 7 temps. Has Racing Green backed off to try and conserve his tyres ever so slightly? We are on the penultimate lap now, lap 3 of 4. And in fact, Racing Green getting the fastest lap on lap 2 with 3:59 flat. Oh, and he picks up a penalty. No, Racing Green! Racing Green! He's picked up half a second's penalty, which will surely drop him behind Viking Dog. And maybe into the clutches of Zico. Zico will obviously be able to carry that momentum once Racing Green slows down. But I think he's going to be kicking himself a little bit there. But it could stand in his favour come the feature. He had such a great start, didn't he, last week, and with a superior strategy went on to win the feature. We'll have to wait and see. I want to stay on board for a minute with Racing Green just to see how much time he does lose under that penalty. I think he's definitely going to lose that position to Viking Dog. But will Zico manage to get onto the back of him as well? Zico has dropped off the back of Viking Dog ever so slightly as well, so maybe had a slight moment somewhere on the fading soft compound tyre. And there we go, so you can see his penalty bar starting to fill up now. So how much time is Racing Green going to lose as he serves that penalty? Viking Dog will surely get through. Will Zico manage to follow him? So we go, we see Viking Dog pulls alongside now and he gets the move done with ease. And Zico has crept up into the 7 temps margin now, so he will start to pick up that slipstream of Racing Green. Would he be able to start trying to challenge for the 3rd slot of the podium? For that 3rd step? And what is Racing Green going to be able to do? Has he got an answer to Viking Dog? He's just got to try and stick with him. But BX Royal now with 1.9 seconds over the rest of the field. He's actually just stretched it to 2. As he comes through the final chicane across the start finish, takes the fastest lap though over 3 minutes 58.2. And maintains that 2-second lap. Astro. Where's Astro? I don't think he's in this tier, buddy. So on the final lap, we still have BX Royal in the lead of the race. Viking Dog still there in second place. We've got Racing Green. Racing Green only 6 tenths off the back of Viking Dog. Viking Dog's got a penalty. Viking Dog with half a second. So Racing Green could still get that second place. Will Zico be able to manage to get third place from his teammate? He's 3 tenths off the back of Racing Green now. CMP is still there in 5th place. Capel is still there in 6th. We have Kellen still in 7th. Yannick in 8th. Coleman 9th. Auto in 10th. Lattus is still in 11th place. Alessandro is in 12th. Tintin in 13th. Perry 14th. And Anonyma now in 15th. But this guy here looking like he is going to take the win in this first race of the evening unless something drastic happens, like his wheels start to fall off, or somebody starts throwing banana skins under his car. But he's now got 1.9 seconds, so the Viking Dog has started to chip at that gap ever so slightly. Oh no, he hasn't. He's lost it once again. Or he had. Do you know what? I think the time is a glitch tonight. I don't think that's an accurate representation because it went up to 2 seconds and now it's come back down to 3 tenths. But you've also got Racing Green and Zico in the background having a battle now as well. Zico trying to get a move done on Racing Green. He's managed to get it. Is he going to be able to keep it coming into this next turn? Who's going to be harder on the brakes? Racing Green almost into the back of Zico there, under braking. Viking Dog also with that penalty. Is that going to allow Zico through up into second place? It might do. But he's also got Racing Green right on his gearbox now, pushing him along. We've seen Racing Green get a move done in the next part of the track. So is that going to be where we're going to see the move come once again? Zico's going to have to go defensive. Meanwhile, BX Royal, he's just having a cup of tea up the front. And you can see, oh no! BX has got a second's worth of penalty! BX! Oh no, BX has gone and thrown it away. I think he's definitely, he's going to fall into the clutch. So what is going to happen here? BX slows down, Viking Dog slows down, Zico pulls out alongside his teammate now. He has got Racing Green behind him as well. Viking Dog has started to catch, as has Zico, as has Racing Green. Is it going to be a full weight battle for first place? Coming into the final race. Coming into the third, in a final sector, or the dying stages of this race, Zico has taken the lead around the outside there at BX Royal. BX Royal now down to second place. He's got Racing Green for company there as well. Racing Green right on his gearbox now. Can Racing Green manage to take that second place away from BX Royal? BX Royal still fighting for first place though. He's still got his eyes set on Zico. He doesn't want to let Zico run away with it. We've also got Viking Dog. Viking Dog still fighting for third. He's trying to nudge his way along the inside there of Racing Green. Still unable to get past him. BX Royal on the outside now. Can he get a move done through the final bus stop? They've only got 2 more turns to go. Racing Green on the inside. BX Royal on penalty. No! Viking Dog as well. Oh my gosh, Zico takes the win there. Racing Green in second place. Viking Dog will take third. BX in fourth. CMP fifth. Capel in 6th, Kellen in 7th. We've got Yannick in 8th. Auto Ratil makes it into 9th. Alessandro in 10th. Coleman finishes in 11th there. Lattis will finish in 12th. Perry in 13th. Tintin in 14th. And Anonyma in 15th place. What a finish! Oh my god, that was like one of the most insane finishes we have had in Tier 1 for a long time. Absolutely crazy racing there from the guys once again, and that was heartbreak there for Viking Dog and BX, getting them seconds worth of penalties. Oh my gosh. So your final standings for the first race of the evening: we got Zico finishing in first place, Racing Green in second, Viking Dog finished third in the end, BX in fourth, CMP fifth, Capel finished sixth, we had Kellen in 7th, Yannick in 8th, Auto was 9th, Alessandro was 10th, Coleman 11th, Lattis in 12th, Perry in 13th, Tintin in 14th, and Anonyma was 15th place. So Alessandro will start on pole for your reverse grid for the feature. Auto Ratil starts in second place. We will have Yannick in third, Kellen 4th, Capel will be 5th, CMP starts in 6th, BX starts in 7th, Viking in 8th, Racing Green 9th, and Zico will start in 10th place. And again, what the hell was that finish? Oh my gosh. I need a glass of water. So nobody out on track testing tyres at the moment. I'm waiting for the lobby reset. So are we going to see a bit of rain? And I predicted 12 laps, didn't I? But it looks like it's going to be a 10 lapper around Le Mans. And the softs went for 4 laps, didn't they? So can they do a 4-6? 4 on the softs, 6 on the mediums? I'm not sure. Will some people go for the hards? We'll have to wait and see. So Lattis in the pits at the moment, looking like he might opt for the hards. Let's say everybody else maybe going for mediums. Coleman there, Slim on softs. Most of the rest of the field on mediums. Alright, that could have been anyone's race there. And well, it was. You saw it at the end there. That was anybody's race. Anybody could have took the win there. Zico managed to pip it at the end. But what an insane finish. Decent finish there for CMP as well. It's going to steady him alright for the feature. To start top 5. Who are we still waiting for? Still waiting for somebody. So yeah, before the feature race, I would advise you to go and grab a quick glass of water or take a toilet break, whatever you should need. Because we're here for 40 minutes of endurance racing. Why can't we see any cars on grid? I think it's glitched again, BX. Can't see any cars on grid, mate. Oh, wait, what? Oh, here we go. No, we can't. Why can't we see the cars on the grid? What the... What the hell is this witchcraft? I think we managed to salvage the start there, but we missed the klaxon. We're going to have a delayed one. Because that was, well, you saw what happened there, chat. That was crazy. Delayed klaxon for the start of the race. Alessandro leads the guys into turn 1. Autorati on his teammate, hot on his heels there in second place. I don't think we've seen any moves being made as yet. And that was definitely a very strange glitch indeed. We couldn't see anybody, could we, from about 10th place, I think it was. I think we see the back 5 and that was it. However, we still have Alessandro in first place, followed by Autorati on there in second. Yannick is there in third. Kellen picks up a penalty in fourth place. I think we're going to see Yannick possibly try and set a move up here in the Porsche. Right on the rear now of Auto. I'm actually thinking better of it. Maybe he's just not too confident on the brakes in the Porsche. I think he was running the risk there of grabbing a half a second's penalty, but he managed to get away with it, taking a little bit too much curb there, I feel, on that inside left-hander. Oh, and he's actually opting for the bump draft, so he's actually helping Auto out at the moment. I think he's trying to keep the gap consistent back to Kellen behind. Pulls out and has a quick look to the inside. But I don't think it's better of it. Oh, and Kellen now down to 5th place as CMP gets the move done in the background. So the 2 BMW still first and second with Yannick there in third. CMP is now in 4th place. Kellen in the background with half a second's penalty. We've also got Capel with half a second's penalty. Auto went deep there into that turn. Has that allowed Yannick the opportunity to be able to get past him, or is he going to continue the bump drafting? Not too sure. CMP is starting to catch him now. CMP only 7 tenths off the back of Yannick. Kellen is going to have to serve that penalty in the next sector. BX Royal is now up to 6th place. We have Capel there in 7th, Racing Green now in 8th, Colburn in 9th, Viking Dog in 10th, and Zico down to 11th, so beat Zico, losing the position there, as Slim goes up the inside there of Racing Green, or was he defending? I think he went up the inside of Racing Green down to 9th now, so the guys serving their penalties are going to, oh, Yannick with a move now, up the inside there of Auto went deep on the brakes once again, that's allowed Yannick through, Yannick up into 2nd place in the Porsche. The 2 guys with penalties pull off the racing line. I don't think did they need to do so? I don't think anyone was close enough, but CMP has closed right up onto the back. Auto with a move there up the inside of the Porsche. Cracking move there from Auto. That's CMP around the outside. CMP took his opportunity there. He saw that Yannick was in trouble. He was being a little bit bullied by Auto and managed to take his opportunity as well. Moves up into 3rd place. So we have Alessandro still in the lead with Auto there in 2nd once again. We have CMP now in 3rd place. Yannick is down to 4th. CMP maybe looking for a move on Auto. He looks very racing indeed. CMP around the outside once again. Auto made a mistake. CMP is up into 2nd place. Go on, Craig. And CMP now free to start trying to chase down Alessandro in that clean air. 2.3 seconds is the gap that he's dealing with. Yannick is now back up into 3rd place. BX is up into 4th. Up the inside there of Auto. Auto holds on to 5th for the minute. A little bit congested through the first turn. Well, turn 1 and 2. The first chicane. So Autorati down into 5th now. He is on the medium tyre. I think the guys around him. In fact, no, so Slim up to 6th now on the softs. How long can he take them softs for? You're presuming it'd be 4 laps like the sprint, but to be fair, it didn't look like anybody really suffering from very adverse tyre wear in the sprint. So Viking Dog there in 7th now. Oh, Coleman, Slim picking up half a second's penalty for track limits. So Zico now down to 9th. No, he's up to 9th. He was in 11th last time we checked. Capel is there in 10th. Perry now in 11th, and he's picked up another penalty. Lattis is now in 12th place, being chased down by Tintin. Tintin looking racy indeed. He's going to go at the inside now. And Anonymous is going to follow him. Side by side between Anonymous and Lattis. Lattis is going to have to give a little bit of room on the corner exit, and he did. Keeps the position for the minute. Anonymous looking very racy indeed. We've lost our 15th driver. So Anonymous, what's he going to do now? He's going to have a look up the inside into this next chicane. And he has pulled out. I think he has managed to get a position done before the turn. And he does. So Lass now down into 14th place. Although Anonymous maybe will pick up a penalty for that. It looked like he cut the corner ever so slightly. He's now onto the back of Tintin. Looking very racy indeed. Can they pick up some more points for the Jaguar lads? He's going to be looking for the move on Tintin now. Tintin is defending. Anonymous hangs right off his bumper there through the turn. Only 2 attempts in it at the moment. What can Tintin do? Can he pull away? These guys now with 5.3 seconds to the rest of the field. Perry with that half a second penalty. He's not going to have to serve it just yet. Who was that? That was one of the McLarens. What, the Kellen? Kellen went deep there. The 2 Mazdas are through up into 7th and 8th. Viking Dog up into 7th there. Slim will serve that penalty. He's going to drop behind Auto, maybe in Viking Dog. And there you go. Auto emerges through Coleman's Corvette. Through some kind of voodoo magic. Up into 5th place. So Yannick still holds on to that 4th place. He's chasing down BX Royal now in 3rd. So BX Royal has obviously got the move done. And he's come from some way back as well. Trying to chase the win in this one is BX. You saw the finish in the sprint, didn't you? Absolute mayhem. They all wanted the win so bad. BX picked up a second's worth of penalty, as did Viking Dog. Zico managed to come across the line in 1st place. But Alessandro, look at Alessandro go. Alessandro has got a very nice lead indeed. If CMP manages to keep BX behind him, Alessandro could extend that gap even more. And CMP is going to have to drive a bit of a defensive race if he wants to hold on to that 2nd place for the minute. But then it is a race of attrition as well, being the endurance race. He's got another 7 laps to go. And BX absolutely pushing him along now. Really putting the pressure on CMP. And actually put in purple sectors as well. He's currently got the fastest lap, but he's also just put in a purple sector. But then we have Yannick very close behind him as well, so maybe Yannick also on a fast lap on this lap with the aid of the slipstream. And actually gaining on BX Royal there. Is he going to try and go for a move? He actually doesn't. He opts for the bump draft there. And then dips off the throttle ever so slightly. He's got 2.7 seconds over Auto. What will he do here? I wonder. Will he opt for the bump again, or will he try to get the move done? As BX now does get the move done. He's up the inside of CMP. I think he's going to get the move done before the turn. And in fact, just breaks a little bit later there. And manages to take that 2nd place. think CMP was well aware of where BX was though, and there was plenty of space given. But these three, from second to fourth, probably within half a second. So very, very close indeed between these three. Yannick tries to go for the move around the outside. He pulls out, but doesn't quite have the momentum to pull alongside CMP. He's opted to stay behind him for the minute. But he has now pulled out. Will he be able to get the move done? He's going to be on the inside for the next turn. I think it's going to turn into CMP's corner though, as they come down the hill. But Yannick does cruise past him and onto the back of BX Royal once again. Everybody flirting with the barrier there. Alessandro still with 2.9 seconds over BX Royal, who is now in second place. BX Royal starting to pull a little bit on Yannick. Yannick, who's now feeling the heat once again from CMP in fourth. We'll just stay on board with CMP because he is quite close. I want to see if he manages to set up a move. And then we'll check in with the rest of the field. And in fact, yeah, that gap is extending a little bit. So Viking Dog is now up into fifth place there. Coleman is in sixth with Zico all over his bumper. Zico wants to try and take that position. Coleman on very, very warm softs. Will he opt to go into the pits? He has stayed out, so favouring track position. Coleman stays out for another lap. I think he's only going to get another lap out of them tyres. I don't think he's going to get 5 out of them. Definitely going to be a push, isn't it? Zico with the opportunity to get the move done, but opting to stick behind Coleman. Nearly getting it done into turn one. Will he be able to get past the Corvette on the straight? I'm not too sure, you know. Maybe the Mazda just hasn't got the legs on it to stride past that Corvette. Oh, he's got the better run. He had the better run out of that turn. I think it's turn 3, turn 4. Again, sticks behind. Auto Ration is slowly starting to catch as Kellen goes up the inside. Auto Ration keeps the position though. Kellen stays in 9th for the minute. Capel's there in 10th place. We have Perry some way back in 11th. He was running last, I think, wasn't he? Tintin now in 12th. Anonymous 13th, and Lattus finding himself way off the back of the field now in 14th place. Alessandro, 2.1 seconds is the lead over BX Royal. You can see the gap there on screen. It looks like BX maybe getting the better exit out of that last turn. He started to chip away at that 2-second gap. CMP goes up the inside of Yannick into third once again. Yannick down to fourth. Yannick had a bit of a moment there, didn't he, under braking? Almost straying off into the gravel. That gives CMP all the encouragement that he needed, but Yannick now with the bare exit out that last turn manages to move ahead once again up into third place, so CMP has to sit back in the slipstream. I think these guys are going to be battling up to the pit stop. And when will we start to see the guys enter the pits? I think for the medium runners, probably around lap 5 or 6. Maybe even a bit longer. CMP, I don't think CMP is going to get an opportunity towards the end of this lap unless Yannick has a moment on this curve again. He got it right through there that time, but maybe we're close enough coming into turn 1. Not quite close enough that time round. Viking Dog has closed up onto the back of CMP now as well. Viking Dog wants to make it a three-way battle for third place. Then we have Zico there in 6th. Kellen still there in 7th. Capel now in 8th. Perry 9th. Auto in 10th. Tintin is up to 11th. Anonyma 12th. He's got a second worth penalty. Lattus in 13th, but he should surely chip away at some of that time. He's actually on the hards as well, so doing really well on the hards at the moment. Coleman is in the pits. He's going to take on a fresh set of mediums. He was on the softs for the first stint. Alessandro still for 1.4 second lead over BX Royal. BX Royal looks like he's on a bit of a charge now. He's managed to take 5 or 6 tenths out of Alessandro over that last lap and the start of this one. He's really catching. Has he just found the nitrous button or something? BX Royal. Almost into slipstream range. That Jaguar has to be an absolute powerhouse. That's insane. Like, he is really starting to reel Alessandro in. Alessandro's tyres are slightly more worn. He's carrying less fuel though. So he's on a lighter fuel load, is Alessandro. He just needs to try and keep that gap consistent. He's now managed to break the toe once again. Although BX Royal just seems to start creeping, aided by the Jag. And CMP back past Yannick once again. Oh, in fact, Viking Dog well and truly past Yannick and also onto the back of CMP. He's pushing him along now. Is he going to look for the move into this next turn? No, he's not. Will he do it on the left-hander? Not close enough. CMP having an absolutely cracking drive at the moment in this feature race. He had a decent finish as well, didn't he, in the sprint. So he's going to finish with some good points. The battle at the front is still very, very close indeed between Alessandro and BX. I think they've still got a few more laps left on them tyres, you know. Oh, Viking Dog. What happened to Viking Dog? Viking Dog's had a moment somewhere. He's dropped back into the clutches of his teammate. CMP Still there in front. Oh no, Bikey Dog, he's gone deep again. That's allowed Zico through. Somehow not picking up a penalty there. That last corner that he went deep on can be very, very strict for giving you penalties. I guess it's because he must come off the throttle. Yannick still chasing down CMP, still chasing down that third step on the podium. CMP looking hungry for it though. He's got a 3.2 second gap now to BX Royal, courtesy of them two battling. And BX Royal is now well and truly onto the back of Alessandro. Alessandro managed to break the toe momentarily on the previous lap, but it looks like he might be in trouble. And what can he do? He's going to have to defend. If he wants to win, or will he just choose to save his tyres and stick with BX? Is BX going to go for a move into this next braking zone? He goes for the bump draft. 173 mile an hour there for Alessandro before he has to brake. He actually got really good exit out of that last corner. BX still pulling on him with the aid of the slipstream and the ridiculously big V8 or V6 or whatever it is under the hood of that Jaguar. Closes right up onto the back of the M6. Oh, Racing Green, no! Oh, dude. Oh, mate, he was having such a good round as well. That's heartbreak there for Racing Green. Hopefully he managed to get it sorted next week, dude. As BX now looks like he is going to take the lead of the race around the outside of Alessandro. Alessandro is still there on the inside, though. And Alessandro keeps it through the exit of that turn. They're still side by side. Who's going to have the better exit? The Jaguar starts to edge ahead. Oh, what a shot that is, guys. I mean, you have to give it to Polyphony, even though their lobbies are still broken, they do get something right, which is the visuals. And they're still side by side, still having a drag race. BX has to get on the brakes early. Alessandro manages to get the late brakes on, takes the lead of the race once again. Oh, look at his tyres, though. His tyres are very dead indeed. He's definitely going to be stopping on this lap, or after this lap, at the end of this lap. And BX looks like he saved just enough fuel to maybe even get another lap out of that Jag. Opting for the bump draft here. Oh, and he's actually managed to get the move done. He's going to go around the outside here. Plenty of room given, and he does. He sweeps around the outside up into the lead of the race once again. BX Royal in the Jaguar. Alessandro, I don't think he's got enough left in them tyres to be able to fight back now. He's going to be very close, isn't he? Or at least he should be. I think he's going to drop a couple of attempts, obviously due to fuel when they come out of the pits, but he's not going to be too far behind. BX Royal, can he manage to reel him in? Challenge for the lead of the race once again. CMP's into the pits, Yannick into the pits, Zico is into the pits. Cullen, Perry, I think everybody, Capel, Auto Ration will surely follow them guys. So who was it? It was Slim. Slim went for the early pit stop. He's 30.4 seconds back now. Was the undercut ever on? As the weather starts to fall, the rain is starting to fall now. What is the tyre choice going to be? Is it going to be wet tyres, intermediates, or are everyone going to go out on the slicks once again. Maybe it was just a shower. Oh, Coleman, 1.5 seconds. That's 1.5 seconds worth of penalty there for Coleman. He didn't want to do that. So BX Royal chancing it. He's come out on racing softs. It looks like Zico going for the intermediates. It looks like this the weather might be in for the duration. It's going to slowly turn to intermediate conditions. BX Royal might have his workout on them racing softs. He's got 1.7 seconds now over CMP. So CMP definitely losing a bit of time in the pits there. Looks like he's underfueled slightly. He's on the intermediates. He should be able to reel in BX Royal. BX Royal is going to start struggling on them softs. Look at that rain coming down now. Alessandro there in third place. So Alessandro actually getting jumped by CMP there in the pits. Yannick now in fourth. So I think everybody else throughout the field opting for the intermediate tyres. Oh, in fact, yeah, they are. So BX Royal, the only person out on softs at the moment. Is he very brave or very stupid? You can see that the conditions aren't great there at all, are they? But he looks like he's getting the work done. Oh, what would you know? They're starting to clear up now. But he has lost time to CMP. CMP all over his rear now on the intermediate tyres. Oh wait, we've just had Viking Dog and somebody else leave the room. We're down to 12 drivers. I think the rain may be starting to stop. CMP moves into the lead of the race. I know we can definitely still hear it coming down. So what happened there? Hopefully we haven't had two more people disconnect due to lobby glitches or network errors or something, because we saw that weird glitch at the start of the evening with a sprint race, and then obviously with the feature as well. So the rain is definitely still falling around some parts of the track, but it does look like it is easing up, or it sounds as if it's easing up. Is it going to be intermediates to the end of the race, or are the guys on the intermediates going to have to pit? Oh, it's coming down really hard again. Listen to that, guys. BX Royal's got to be struggling a little bit, isn't he? Starting to lose a bit of time now to Alessandro back in third place. Can Alessandro reel him in while this weather is here? And is BX Royal going to keep them tyres on, hoping that the weather clears up soon? Oh, he's managing to keep it. He's managing to keep it. No, he's not. He's binned it. He's off into the kitty litter. Alessandro up into second place now. Yannick's there in third. Yannick starting to pressure Alessandro in second. Who's that behind? Somebody with a penalty behind. Zico in fourth place there. Oh, is Kellen with his 1.5 seconds. Capel is surely going to be able to breeze past. And he does. Capel up into fifth place. CMP with 4.2 seconds over the rest of the field at the moment, starting to slide that car a little bit, but it is still raining cats and dogs out there. But he looks pretty comfortable, it has to be said. I think Craig has definitely been doing some practice in the rain, or in the wet. Or perhaps he just likes wet weather racing. Some people do. We're on lap 7 of 10 now, 3 to go. There's going to be 2 to go as Alessandro crosses the line. The rain is still falling. And in fact, we're almost up to wet weather conditions, or wet tyre conditions around some parts of the track. Where has BX gone? I think BX has had to go in and take some tyres on. Zico now all over the back of Yannick. Oh no, Alessandro! Was there a little touch there between Yannick and Alessandro? That sent Alessandro miles. Oh, Alessandro! No! Yannick up into second place. But I'm not sure that there wasn't a little tap there. Zico 1/10 off the back. BX dead. Slim. I think he's dropped down the order. I think he's had to take some tyres on because them softs were not doing him any good whatsoever. Alessandro now under the attention of Capel. We have Kellen there in 6th. Perry is 7th. Anonyma is up to 8th. We have Auto in 9th. Tintin is now 10th. Lattice is 11th. And yeah, BX. No, he stayed out on the softs. Oh, he's taken on a fresh set. So maybe he'll make up this time on that fresh set soft, because you can see the track is starting to dry out now. You see that dry line starting to form. So the guys on the intermediates, they're going to start to cook a little bit. They're going to have to try and cool them tyres down. You see CMP trying to find the wet part of the track. It's still very wet out there though, isn't it? If you look on the hydrometer there, on the left hand side of the tyre indicator, you can see it's still definitely intermediate conditions around some parts of the track. Zico still holds on to 2nd place at the minute with Yannick there in 3rd. The CMP had quite a bit of a gap, didn't he? Maybe he's just overcooked them intermediate tyres that they're all trying to stay on the wet line now. You can see the dry line starting to form in the middle of the track. Are these guys going to have to go in for the slicks? I think they're going to want to try and stay out till the end. Nobody really wants to pit right now, do they? But it could become a little bit sketchy in the final stages. Oh, look at the cocktail there. A spray off the back of the cars. As Zico manages to move up into 1st place, CMP holding 2nd for the minute. Yannick isn't going to get the move done just yet. Oh, Yannick. A little bit sketchy there on the curb. And the top 3, with only 2 laps to go, all within half a second of each other. This could be anyone's race once again as Yannick pulls out to the inside to try and get a move done on CMP. CMP keeps it for the minute. Yannick's still there on his outside though. He's going to turn into the inside for this next one. And Yannick does manage to get the position. Zico with 8 temps as they come to the end of lap 8. CMP closing right up once again through the braking zone, so I think yeah, he's definitely more confident than Yannick on the brakes. Yannick just getting the better exit there though. Everybody moving over to cool their tyres down. They know they need to try and keep them cool to get them to the end of the race. And you can see that dry line ever present. But it's also a gamble, isn't it? If you go for the slicks, if you dip onto that wet line, it's game over. We'll have to check in with BX and see how well he's doing. So Capel holds on to 4th place for the minute. Alessandro, in fact, he's managed to get 4th place off of Alessandro. Alessandro now down to 5th. Struggling a little bit after that incident. We have Kellen now in 6th. Perry's there in 7th. Anonyma is in 8th. Tintin now in 9th. Lattice is in 10th. We've Auto in to the pits. He's going to take on a fresh set of slicks. I think he is. Yeah, he's taken on a fresh set of softs. BX has gone through now. BX up into 11th. Still 26.6 seconds off a 10th place. Now, everybody here in the top 3 has to be very, very careful. They don't get a penalty because they will drop behind the other car. All still within about a second of each other. And you can see there that there definitely is still wet parts of the track. Zico moving over to it to cool them tyres. And as he moves back across that dry line, you can see the moisture meter just drops down into the slick zone. And Zico's starting to pull a few temps now over Yannick. He's managed to stretch it up to a second, so he's broke the toe. The 6 temps between CMP and Yannick. CMP and Yannick have had an epic battle this round in this feature race. They've been swapping position lap after lap. Absolutely cracking stuff. Alessandro now 6.8 seconds off of third place, sat in fourth place. He's managed to get back past Capel. In fact, this gaggle of cars back here, look at these. The 2 McLarens having a fight in the background there as well. I think Kellen just moving ahead of Perry, Alessandro. They're both trying to go around the outside. Alessandro has to cover the inside as well. He's going to cover the inside for this next left-hander. Nobody managing to get a move done there. Kellen with a massive slide on the exit. Managed to keep the car hooked up. Perry still there in 6th with Capel in 7th. Let's go on board with Capel for a minute and have a look at this battle. So intermediates definitely going to be feeding it. So yeah, everybody in a bit of a procession now. Although Kellen looking like he might be trying to put the pressure on Alessandro, but struggling for grip on them dying intermediates, as is Alessandro. It looks like Alessandro with a mistake there. That's allowed Kellen along the inside. He's going to have the inside for this next turn. Alessandro out wide once again. So the BMW well and truly struggling for grip. I think they're definitely going to be starting to get cooked now. Kellen moves over to find the wet stuff. Everybody following them. You see the huge rooster tails when they're on the wet part of the track. So Anonyma in no man's land in 8th place there. Tintin has an 8-second gap up ahead to Anonyma. Lattis is in the pits. Auto back out on fresh softs. He's managed to get past BX. BX down in 12th. With the fastest lap. We're still over half a lap to go. It looks like Zico could be on for the win in this feature race. That's going to help his championship efforts. Coming into the final 2 rounds. Yannick still holds 2nd place over CMP. CMP still in that slipstream range. Is he going to be able to go for a move in the dying stages of this race in this final lap? Matty Viking pitted for slick, so he is down back in 11th place, just ahead of BX. I will check in a second. I'm not sure if he's managing to catch anyone just yet. I think that's on the track map. That's 2 cars that we can see at the back of the field. But at the moment, this looks like it's the closest battle here on track between CMP and Yannick. The battle for 2nd place. CMP hungry for it. He knows he needs to try and get it done. They're both trying to they're both struggling for grip, trying to find the wet part of the track to try and cool them tyres. The intermediates definitely coming to the end of their shelf life. Now, a CMP does get the move done around the outside there. It looks like Yannick trying to maybe set up a switchback into the next turn. The CMP with a move. He knew he needed to get it done. Has he got enough in them tyres to be able to pull away from Yannick now? There's only 3 tenths in it. Zico still 2.7 seconds ahead of the top 3. We've got to stay on board with these two here because Yannick, very close indeed. Has he got a move in answer for that one? The CMP managed to do a couple of corners back. It looked like he just got a slightly better exit there. Maybe just finding a little bit extra traction, which can help him along this next straight. CMP is possibly going to have to go defensive into this next sector. So Yannick still unable to find a way through. Absolutely hanging off the rear bumper of CMP at the moment. We're going to have to go on board with Zico in just a second now. Yannick has only got a couple more opportunities to be able to retake that second place. Will he settle for third? And CMP, look at him defending like an absolute champ at the moment. He's covered the insides. Yannick's got to try and find his way around the outside. I don't think he's going to get it done. And Zico comes across the line and takes the second win of the evening. GG's, mate. And CMP and Yannick, I think there was a tiny bit of contact there as Yannick eventually takes second and CMP takes third. I'm not sure if there was contact on the final turn. We didn't quite catch it. Capel will take 4th place and he's got a dead left tyre. Look at that tyre. Alessandro takes 5th. Kellen limps the McLaren home with no fuel in 6th place. Anonyma across the line in 7th. I think that's his best finish of the season. Go on, Anonyma. Perry's struggling with that both dead rear tyres. Both rear tyres have left the chat. He finishes in 8th. Tintin crosses the line with no fuel in 9th. BX Royal has managed to make it past Lattice and... Wait, where's Viking gone? BX Royal will take 10th, Lattice takes 11th, Auto Ration will take 12th, and where... Oh yeah, we lost Viking, didn't we? We lost 2 drivers, didn't we, during that race? So I was talking nonsense there, Matty. We actually lost Viking, I'm not sure what happened. I think we had 2 cars DC at the same time, so whether it was a glitch in the lobby or whether they had a coming together, not entirely certain. But that was it, guys, that was round 6. Only 2 more rounds to go in this season 18. So again, we had Zico taking the win there, the second win of the evening. He won the sprint as well. We had Yannick in 2nd place, CMP in 3rd, Capel was 4th, Alessandro 5th, Kellen was 6th, Anonymous 7th, we had Perry in 8th, Tintin was 9th, BX was 10th, Lattice finished in 11th place with Auto Ration in 12th, Coleman 13th, Viking Dog in 14th and Racing Green in 15th. So it was actually Slim and Viking Dog that DC'd around the same time. Not too sure, as I say, whether it was like network errors or if it was they had to come in together. But yeah, anyway, into round 7 next week, so that'll be a good one. We'll be here same time, same place next week. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. Good night.